Hello guys, it's me, your boy Daniel, and I'm doing a video heavily inspired by the comments in my last one for Yashima X. Okay, now let's cut to the chase. The subject of the video is, you guessed it by the title, let's compare the secondaries of the Grozer first, Yashima, and overall my thoughts about the new ship. That's still work in progress. Now let's start with pure numbers, okay? I'm gonna be comparing the secondaries per broadside that are gonna be able to fire at a single target. So I don't care if, let's say, Kurfürst has overall more guns than Yashima or the other way around, because I don't care about the guns on this side if the target is here, so because they won't be able to fire. Like, yeah, that's reasonable in my opinion. Okay, let's talk about numbers. At first glance, we see that the Kurfürst has per broadside 10 128 mils and 4 150 mils. I mean about the single guns, not like the whole gun turret. Now let's compare. Okay, the reload speed of the 128s is 2.9 seconds, and they have 5% fire chance and deal 50,000 damage. Okay, let's go on 150 mils. They have 5.5 second reload, 6% fire chance, and 17,000 max HE shell damage. Overall, like all guns per broadside that are able to fire at a target in the best conditions possible are 14, like 14 in total. Okay, let's remember the numbers. Now let's go to Yashima. Okay, the more knowledgeable out of you we would immediately say that just her Gumo broadside here with two big guns to top it up. Now let's see some numbers. So you have 10 100 mils that each does 17,000, that's 2,000 more than the Kurfürst 128 mils. It reloads with 0.3 seconds faster, which may not seem like a lot, but that will stack up. That will definitely stack up. For each 10 salvos on the Kurfürst, on the 28mm on the Kurfürst, the 100mm on the Yashima will make 11, which will stack up, definitely. And then we have the big guys. The fire chance is better as well. They are fast. And they deal massive amount of damage, like 26,000 is a lot for a secondary. But the trade-off is that they reload for 10 seconds. But you have 6 shells in the air. So, like, these guys are gonna be able to fire at both sides at the same time. So we're gonna count them at the broadside, and we're gonna have an advantage. So 10 here, 6 here, 16 in total. That's 2 more shells in the air per broadside than the Kurfürst. This already looks better, right? Like, the numbers say it's definitely better. Now, let's say my personal opinion about which secondary build is better overall. I'm gonna say Kurfürst, but hear me out. Why it's better? First, you have 2 km more range, 11.6. That's already a lot for tier 10. And later you're gonna see the tests that the Yashima is slightly better with killing a single target. Does it little faster with, let's say, 30 shells, but that's without the captain. That's without the Guntler and his perk for secondaries armament, which helps significant. So with it, the Kurfürst will have slight advantage. Second, I can't recommend playing aggressively with the Yashima for the sole reason it has Yamato Hill, and we all know what happens when you go close combat with a Yamato. Yes, if you have the experience, know what you're doing, and the RNG and luck is on your side, you can pull it off. And I have a ton of fun playing that way. But I still cannot recommend it, especially for the guys that are used to long range sniping. And you can pretty much all range snipe the whole game with the Yashima, even though you're definitely gonna feel the lack of shells in the air, like that there are only 6, you're definitely gonna feel that when you're firing at a target 30 kilometers away from you. Now, Maui thoughts about Yashima. That's the ship absolutely no one asked for, but it's the ship we got. If I need to say one word to describe it, I'm gonna say with interesting. That's how I'm gonna describe the ship. But to be frank, it is overrated. Like, the guns are overrated, because for tier 10, 6 guns with that dispersion are kinda bad. Especially when you try to snipe. When you try to play this ship like a Yamato, you're gonna immediately discover that first, around half of your shots are gonna miss, then half of the rest is gonna be either over pen or bounce. Yes, you heard me right, bounce. This thing really bounces a lot despite the big caliber. And the rest is gonna be pen. And in really, you need the perfect situation and a good RNG to have a Citadel. And when it does a Citadel, yes, it hurts a lot. It can be devastating, especially if you're versus Montana, like any BB that's not German one in close combat. You can Citadel the shit out of him and you can deal a lot of damage. But these situations don't happen a lot. Like, this can happen 1 in every 3 games, even if you play aggressively. Because in tier 10 there aren't a lot of BBs that are gonna willingly show you broadside. Which is both good and bad depending on which team you are, but anyways. I'm going now to show what exactly I mean, and remember, the test with the Kurfürst is without the skills of the captain. It's just raw performance on the secondaries without any adrenaline rush and stuff like that, and counted for. So I hope you find this informative enough, but guys, that's still work in progress. Like, we just got the hands of that ship, so there are possible changes in every department: guns, dispersion, secondaries, everything. Oh, and the other thing that I forgot to mention, what other buff the secondary upgrade on the Yashima does is increase the AA. And the AA defense of that thing is insane. I'm not gonna lie, it's really insane. Like, it's 360 from Yamato's terrible secondaries. I mean AA. Like, the AA is 360 from Yamato. And I found that super fun when a carrier sees Yashima, thinks, oh, that's like a Yamato, I'm just gonna go and pour every single plane. But nope. Yes, you're not gonna be able to stop the planes attacking you, but it's gonna be a suicide bomb run or torpedo run or a rocket run. Like, you're gonna annihilate the whole squadron. Yes, they're gonna be able to drop one, let's say bomb run or torpedo run. Yeah, they're gonna be the one, but the carrier is gonna lose all of its planes, and that's without the AA guns modules. Like, nothing AA. Imagine with I'm interested to see that one, honestly. For AA build, Yashima AA build is gonna be super intense. So, but without further ado, I'm gonna show you now the statistics. And without further ado, now I'm gonna show you how exactly the secondaries perform in the best situation possible on both ships. Well, you saw them. So, like, in the best situation possible, if you compare stock Yashima secondaries with the stock Kurfur secondaries, Yashima will win. But if we engage the captain on the Kurfürst, the Kurfürst will win. Like, it's slightly different, but if I need to pinpoint which one is better, I'm gonna stick with the Kurfürst, because of the main ship is better suited for close combat. And yeah, even the poor maneuverability of the Yashima is actually making it worse for close combat than the hull, because you're not that flexible in a matter of fast changing positions and stuff like that. So yep, that's my thoughts, and you guys, that's still work in progress. So like, 1 week from now, the ship may look completely different and can behave completely different. So this is for now, and I'm interested to see how will that perform after every possible nerf or buff or whatever we see. It's interesting, it can be fun to play, but it's still a gimmick and a ship that no one asked for. But still, I'm asking you this wargaming, when I'm gonna get the H-44? Come on, I want my German battleships. Where is my Führer? Like, I want the Super H class. Come on, with the underwater tubes, well, like torpedo tubes. Like, I want this. I really want this. If we make Yashima happen, let's make the German dream happen. Come on, German battleships matter in that game. Please give me the super big secondary guns that are gonna annihilate stuff. Like, I'm gonna be even okay if I have, let's say, 18 or 70 kilometer main caliber guns range. If I have like 15 kilometer secondary range, yeah, I'm quite kidding. Like, that's never gonna happen. But yeah, just I'm waiting for the super German class battleship. So wargaming, make it happen. And now it was me, your boy Daniel. and we're gonna see each other soon, my boys.